She was still laughing when I pointed my finger at her. My brand new black BMW 7 Series was burning alive in my own driveway. Orange flames 30 feet high, black smoke swallowing the entire morning sky, and Diane Holloway was standing 5 feet away in her white monogram bathrobe, head thrown back, laughing like this was the funniest thing she had ever seen in her entire life. Not nervous, not guilty, not scared, laughing. My neighbors were frozen on the sidewalk behind us, mouths open, phones up, completely unable to process what they were watching. I had my finger pointed directly at her face. My jaw was clenched so tight I could feel it in my skull. My other hand was balled into a fist at my side, and she just kept laughing, arms crossed. I squinted, completely unbothered. In that exact moment, I made her a promise. I did not say it out loud. I said it in my head, quietly, the way a man speaks when he is absolutely certain of something. You're going to pay for every single penny of this. And then some. 6 months later, Diane Holloway paid me $240,000, lost her HOA presidency, got a criminal record, and moved out of the neighborhood entirely. But that laugh, that moment right there in my driveway with my BMW burning behind her, that is where this story really begins. My name is James Whitfield. I am 47 years old, and I have lived in Clearview Commons for 9 years. I work as a senior engineer. I pay my bills on time. I maintain my property. I follow the rules. I'm a kind of neighbor that nobody ever has a problem with. Until I said one word to Diane Holloway. No, that single word, 2 letters, 1 second, turned the most powerful woman in Clearview Commons into my worst enemy. And it started a war that ended with a burning BMW, a pair of handcuffs, and a $240,000 court judgment. Let me tell you exactly how it happened. Diane had been HOA president for 15 years. She ran this neighborhood like a personal kingdom. Violation notices for crooked mailboxes. Fines for holiday lights left up 1 day too long. Written warnings for garden hoses not properly coiled. She carried her laminated HOA rulebook everywhere like a weapon, and she used it on everyone. Everyone except herself. She came to my door one evening with that tight smile and asked me to move my vehicles to the street on the first Tuesday of every month so her HOA board meeting guests could park in my wide corner driveway. I looked at her and I said no. Politely, clearly, no. And from that evening forward, Diane Holloway made it her personal mission to destroy my life in this neighborhood. The violation notices started arriving within 2 weeks. Oil stain on the driveway. Garden hose not properly coiled. Trash can visible from the street for 20 minutes on collection morning. I documented every single one. Photographed everything. Responded in certified mail every time. Won every single appeal. And I installed 3 4K security cameras covering every angle of my property. Not because I was paranoid, because I knew exactly where this was heading. For 4 months, she kept pushing. I kept pushing back. She fined me. I appealed. She fined me again. I appealed again. She was running out of moves, and she knew it. And desperate people do desperate things. Then came the morning that changed everything. 5:45 a.m., fire alarm screaming through my house. I ran to the front window and saw the orange glow before I understood what I was looking at. My BMW was completely on fire. Not smoking, not smoldering, fully catastrophically engulfed in flames. I called 911 and ran outside in bare feet onto the cold driveway. That is when I saw her, standing on my lawn in her white monogram bathrobe, arms crossed, head tilted back, laughing, while my $85,000 car burned 5 feet away from her. I pointed my finger directly at her face. My entire body was shaking with rage. She looked at me, waved her hand dismissively, and laughed even harder. The fire department arrived in 8 minutes. The fire investigator confirmed arson before noon. Accelerant poured deliberately along the driver's side. Someone had done this on purpose. The detective asked for my security footage. I handed him a USB drive with 12 hours of 4K recordings. He watched it at my kitchen table. At 3:17 a.m., the front camera had captured Diane Holloway in dark clothing pouring liquid from a container along the side of my BMW and lighting it with a long-handled lighter. At one point, she looked directly into the camera lens and kept going anyway. The detective closed his laptop and looked up at me. "Sir, I think we have everything we need." Diane was arrested at her front door at 7 a.m. the next morning, handcuffed on her own porch, still in a monogram bathrobe. Her neighbors watched in complete silence from their driveways. The HOA board suspended her presidency that same evening. 4-minute vote. The criminal jury came back guilty in under 3 hours. The civil judgment came 8 weeks later. $240,000. Full vehicle replacement, punitive damages, 4 months of documented harassment damages, and every dollar of legal fees. Paid personally by Diane Holloway. She resigned from the HOA before the removal vote could happen. Listed her house 3 months later. For sale sign up on Monday. Gone by Friday. What would you have done if you're HOA president? Burned your $85,000 BMW and laughed in your face? Comment below. I read every single one.